Good morning and welcome to my Monday messages. And for those of you who aren't familiar with me, I'm Rebecca. I'm a homeopath. I'm a holistic health coach and holistic life coach, mentor, QTT practitioner, and a natural health advocate. And I just use this space on a Monday to share any thoughts, any practices, anything that can stimulate all of us to focus on what may be nurturing to us, what may serve us, and what perhaps isn't serving us quite so well. And of course, most importantly, being able to affect any positive changes that are needed in our lives. So today I wanted to focus on, and actually not just today, all week, I wanted to focus on the fact that it's, it's International Women's Day on Wednesday. And I'm not a huge fan of these kind of 1 day out of 365 days awareness days. But I do see their value in being reminders for us to just actually stop and spend a bit of time focusing on whatever the day is about. Women, though, such a wide topic, and so worthy of celebration, in my view. And that's what I wanted it to be, as a celebration. And I'm going to spend all week doing that. I'm not going to confine it to a day. And actually, it's something that I try to do on a regular basis. So I wanted to encourage you to do the same if that feels right for you. And to have a look at what actually being a woman, or your view of women, what that actually means, what it's comprised of, because I think it's really quite difficult, I was going to say, but also illuminating when we really start thinking about, well, what is a woman? What is it that makes us women? All the attributes, the skills, the hugely diverse characteristics that make us women as opposed to anything else. So I'm going to celebrate, I don't know, the softness, the hardness, the generosity, the grief and the sorrow, as well as the joy and the capacity for happiness, the natural instinct to feed, so both literally and energetically, to nurture, to consider the wider needs of the community and not just our own personal needs, and to celebrate our wisdom, our power, our softness, and our hardness, and within that mix, to recognise the many different parts of us that make us, as a whole, women. I'm really incredibly grateful for all the women in my life. I've just spent the weekend surrounded by the most amazing women, and I'm really blessed, and I thank myself for this, actually, that I was able to reach a stage in my life where I could open up to many communities of women, and a wide community of women. And I'm very proud to be part of several different communities, and to have all my female friends, and of course my very, very special and dear sisters, my blood sisters. And I'm reminded today that it wasn't always like that I actually spent a long time in my early years being quite fearful of being in groups of women, of being in female company. It didn't feel safe to me. And I am so pleased that I didn't rest in that space, and that I didn't allow that to define my life going forward, because I would be so much the poorer now if I'd allowed that to happen. So I'm really grateful for recognizing that the beliefs and the values and the stories that I was telling myself around being amongst women, that I challenged those, and that I recognized that they didn't serve me very well, and I feel almost the exact opposite to that now, that I actually feel my life would not be complete without the women that are in my life, and my recognition of my own womanness, if that's a word. So I wanted to ask you this week to just perhaps share, spend some time focusing on, well, if you're going to celebrate yourself as a woman or other women in your life, what is it that you really love about them or about yourself, or that you really appreciate in them or yourself, or that you are incredibly grateful for? And once you're you have some clarity about that, what action can you take in order to do that celebrating? Rather than just having a 5-minute thought process and letting it go by, what could you actually do that would mark that celebration and would actually make it more real, more live, if you like? Excuse me, I forgot to turn my phone off, so just rejecting a call there. I'm thinking about little rituals. So, literally having a little fire going and, perhaps honouring people in that way, or honouring parts of myself. Or I'm thinking about contacting the close women in my life, women who I'm close to, and just saying thank you. Thank you for being there. There are some very specific things that I want to say thank you for. And I actually do support a women-led charity on a regular basis, but I'm actually thinking of supporting on a one-off basis another charity that's very much supportive of women who are in need at this time. So there's very many ways that you can celebrate being a woman or the women in your life. And I just wanted to encourage that this week. And if you could share how you're going to do that, that would be really helpful, and it would probably inspire others. So that would be great. Celebrating doesn't have to be huge. It could just be, actually, I'm going to take the day off, or I'm going to go to bed earlier, or I'm going to buy that thing I've been looking at for a long time, or having a massage, or going for a walk, or anything, but celebrate it in some way, because we are just amazing humans. And actually thinking about it, if you take it to its ultimate, maybe we can celebrate not just women in the literal sense, but our feminine energy, and that feminine energy wherever it resides. So, and it is in men as well. So whatever your sexual preference is, or your sexual identity, if you like, there is female, feminine energy in all of us, just as there is masculine. So that's it. I'll stop rambling now. I hope that makes sense. Please do share, what you celebrate in being a woman or in other women, and how you're going to mark that during this week. And I'm wishing you all a beautiful Women's Day and Women's Week and Women's Life. Thank you for joining me. And if you're on the replay, then do still comment, because I will get back to you. Okay. Thanks. Bye.